look at the kind of different signs and symptoms of child abuse and poor practice. So the different types of abuse include neglect, physical, sexual, emotional and bullying. It's really important to have an understanding of all the key areas so that you as someone working in sport can identify the kind of incorrect practice or things that you might be able to pick out as potential issues in terms of child protection. So neglect. Neglect occurs when adults fail to meet a child's basic physical or psychological needs and is likely to result in a serious impairment of that child's health or development. Examples of neglect could include failing to provide a child with adequate food, shelter or clothing, regularly leaving a child alone or unsupervised, failing to protect your child from physical harm or danger, failing to ensure a child has access to appropriate medical care or treatment, and refusing to give a child affection and attention. So examples of neglect in sport. Neglect in a sporting situation can include a coach failing to ensure the children are safe and comfortable, exposing them to an undue, maybe cold, unnecessary risk of injury. So have a think about, are you neglectful or have you ever been, or someone ever been neglectful to you in this situation? Okay, so physical abuse. This occurs when someone causes physical harm or injury to a child. So this could include hitting, shaking or throwing, poisoning, burning or scalding, biting, suffocating or drowning, giving children inappropriate drugs or alcohol, or otherwise causing deliberate physical harm. Examples of this could be, in a physical abuse in a sporting situation may be deemed to occur as a nature of intensity of training and complexity, exceed the capacity of a child's, immature grown body. And it could include instances where drugs are used to delay puberty, control diet or enhance performance. So that, again, you don't need to, physically push someone or hold someone up against a fence or do something physical. It could be around, drugs in terms of giving people inappropriate substances. And then also, maybe overtraining somebody which they're not ready for, they're injured and you're making them train and play and that kind of stuff. Okay, so next area, sexual abuse. This is probably one of the key things that probably in the news at the minute in terms of sport and particularly football. So sexual abuse occurs when adults or other young people, both male and female, use children to meet their own sexual needs. This includes things like full sexual intercourse, masturbation, oral sex, anal intercourse or fondling, involving children in producing pornographic material, videos or photographs, and in even showing children pornographic material, magazines or videos or pictures. Examples of situations within sport which potential for this form of abuse to exist. Some individuals may have been deliberately targeted sport activity in which they can gain access to children to abuse them. There has been evidence where individuals have sometimes ignored government body codes of practice and used physical contact within a coaching role to mask their inappropriate touching of children. And some people have used sporting events as an opportunity to take inappropriate photographic or videos of sports people, including young disabled persons or in vulnerable positions. I mentioned the football scenario. I've included a link which kind of looks at this area, which is obviously kind of current. So spend a few minutes accessing this link, reading the material and accessing the video footage.